Weekday morning at 10 right here on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC. Gentlemen, either one of you, I will throw this out. What about addressing the financial needs of those who find themselves, for lack of a better term, out of a job right now? Laid off, maybe temporary, maybe more than temporary. This is not an easy time for them right now. How do you try to address their financial needs?
Well, I know Jack would agree with this. There's a lot of businesses out there that are looking for workers. You look in the healthcare area, you look in, the landscaping area, you look in different areas, the food processing area. There are jobs out there. There are definitely jobs. So we see some people shifting. I mean, not that they won't go back to their old job, but shifting to a different job. That's one thing. So it's going to be a redistribution of the workforce a little bit through this process, which is a normal and natural occurrence, and it's healthy for the economy. The other thing is, with money, people have done things online. They've gotten creative of selling things on, eBay, Craigslist, things like that. So there's a lot of different ways. Another one within the CARES Act is that if they have a 401k or IRA, they can pull out up to $100,000 to help them through this financial time, and they can put it back in, and there's no penalty. So a person under 59 and a half, if they normally take this money out, they'd be penalized. Now they take this out, they can use the money. Yes, they'll still have to pay taxes, but now this loan, in a sense, is spread out over 3 years. So that's the benefit of this, another fact of the CARES Act.
Yeah, I mean, there is, I'll give you my past employer for 15 years, Parago Company. They're looking for people right now. So, that's 20 miles from Holland. Great place to work, great environment. That's one. Walmart's still looking for people. Meijer's looking for people. You can drive out to the distribution center with Amazon. They're looking for people. You might, it's, Gary, you got to be tough here. You got to dig in. But I do feel sorry for those people who are going under. There's some businesses going under. One of my favorite pizza places, All Breeze in Plainwell, closed the doors.
Now, the thing is, though, gentlemen, with those small businesses going under, we've heard it on these airways with other hosts as well about the fact that some of that money that was supposed to help them out, the payroll protection plan, got gobbled up by the big companies in the first go around. That's why Stimulus 3.5 had to be passed in order to help these smaller companies make their money. My only question is, some of these big companies are, they're being shamed into giving their money back, and there's some good in that. But they got to take care of their workers as well. They're no different, but the money was really for small businesses. I'm just concerned that some of that money is going to be taken back to the federal government, and it's not going to go to the small companies. It's going to go to somebody's pockets or somebody's pork.
No, I couldn't agree. I mean, that's why you got Bill Huizenga. That's why you got Fred Upton. That's why you got our two senators that live in Detroit. You got to get after them. Carrie and I, we're proactive with these guys. Not that they always vote in the direction we want to, or they understand what we're trying to lobby for, but you got to be calling Bill. Bill's having a town meeting every week. Every Thursday he has a town meeting. I'm on those calls. I'm asking questions. We need to be proactive. The biggest thing is the government employees are getting paid 100%. And you need to lobby to say, again, to our senators, they're the key people. Don't pay these people. They're not going back to work. Senate's not open. The House is not open. Don't pay them.
Now, the thing is, the argument we heard along those lines from some of these elected leaders, both on a state and federal level, is, hey, they're still working for the constituents. They're still doing the office work. They're still on the job, and so they're not. They're not giving any of their money back. They're not cutting their staffs, and some are saying, well, hey, aren't you guys elected leaders feeling some of the pain as well? The governor and the attorney general cut staff. Why can't you lawmakers cut staff?
I agree. I totally agree with that. I mean, if we are having to do it as people in the public, why shouldn't our leaders? Yes, they're working, but let's have them step up to the plate and be leaders also.
But, you know, Gary, there's a lot of people that should be back to work now that are not. You know, in our office, one of our ladies, the husband owns a heating and air conditioning company. He works by himself. He has about 10 jobs that he needs to get to. I mean, he's under crawl spaces. He's in basements, not close to anybody. You know, I think some of these people need to open up. I mean, golf courses, they open up the golf courses, but you can't be on a golf cart. Well, the amendment should be one person per golf cart. I was talking to some of our friends in I think it was Georgia, where they started to open up, and they have filled the cup with sand, so you don't have to put your hand in there. There's no more flags. The ball cleaners are covered. So some of these golf courses, that's just some ideas that these people need to get back to work, and they can. But we're all about, you know, I've got my mask right here. I was at Meijer this morning. I've been wearing a mask for a month. So, you know, we need to be smart going on for the next, who knows, couple of years maybe.
Good morning. You're on the line with Jack and Carey.
Hey, my name's Eric. I'm from Holland, and I'm just wondering, I put my wife and I's direct deposit info into the IRS system because we changed bank accounts. And every time I check my payment status, it comes up with the same standard canned response. And I don't know when this is going to deposit into our accounts. Do you have any info?
Yeah, I mean, info you're probably not going to like. I mean, it's those up, you know, changing bank accounts takes a long time. I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty disappointing that you would do it online, and but that could send it to the back of the line. I mean, it's, I've had other people have that before, and you go right to the back of the line.
Yeah, that's maybe not the wisest thing to do, but then, you know,
Well,
Yeah,
act in haste, act in haste, guys, and regret in leisure.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, we were talking to April in our office this morning, dealing with the CARES Act. There's small business assistant loans, so through the SBA you can get the Paycheck Protection Program, and he's self-employed. And Jack was talking about him earlier, that he got the SBA loan, so now he doesn't need to do the Paycheck Protection Program because, according to their accountant, the small business loan was going to be a better situation from a tax standpoint and business standpoint for him. So yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces out here. You have to stay on top of it. I know nonprofit organizations like our church, I helped with the Paycheck Protection Program, and we didn't get in on the first round because the pot of money, the bucket was empty, but we got in on the second round, and now our church is getting help through this time. So yeah, this is affecting not one or two people or one or two businesses. This is everyone, and it's affecting people in different ways. I mean, you think of college graduates. Will they have a graduation this spring? I have a high school senior. How will graduation be handled, or will it be that way? It's a whole different rhythm that we need to get to, and not get stressed out about it, and not get a lot of anxious about it. Just, you need to kind of roll with the punches here, and we're going to get through this.
Let me get Peg with us, because she had a question for you guys. She was posing during the break. Peg?
So it's been a couple months since I've seen you guys in real life. And the last time we saw each other, we were talking about COVID-19. And at the time, this was before things got really serious. I want to know, what was the turning point where you guys were like, we need masks, we need to, stay home? What was the tipping point for you where you decided that it maybe was more serious than when we talked about it a couple months ago?
I think it was about a month ago. I'm in my fourth week of working in my home office. There's some real pluses for that, and there's some minuses for that. But I think it's been about a month ago, that our company came out and said, we are exempt. I mean, because people still need to get money and make deposits. So our office is still open, closed to the public. We're open for WebExes and Zooms and stuff. But Peg, it's been a good month since we have officially locked our doors. And I tell people, aging in place, but working in place.
Good way of putting it. Good way of putting it indeed. 395-1450, 395-1450. We have about a minute or so. Gentlemen, real quick, how can people get a hold of either one of you in terms of maybe getting some financial advice? Maybe it has to be virtual, like a Zoom we're doing right now, or it might be over the phone. How can people get a hold of you guys?
Very easy. Just call our office number, which is 616-931-1223. And you can hit 0 to get any one of us in the office. And, like you mentioned, Gary, we've been doing Zoom meeting with clients. We've been doing phone conferences with clients. The rhythm of our business, has changed a little bit, but overall, we're still functioning. We're working full time, and we're here to be of service to our clients and to answer questions for them, and do a lot of hand holding, which is okay. I mean, this is a time when people can make money in the market because it's lower. You're buying things at a lower price, and as Warren Buffett said, when there's blood on the street, he's out there buying, and he's finding a lot of good buys right now. And so we're just helping clients find that repositioning money, maybe if they have some extra money to invest. So the number is 616-931-1223. Or if you just have a question, I'm at extension 2, Jack's at extension 3. We'll take your calls. We'll call you back and we'll touch base with you.
Yes, indeed. And it'll be a well-deserved phone call there to Jack and Carey with the Koele Godfrey Investment Group. Gentlemen, we want to thank you very much for joining us on our Zoom conversation today on Talk of the Town. Wish both of you well. Look forward to listening to you on Saturday morning, this Saturday morning, and every Saturday morning at 10 with Money Matters on WHTC. Gentlemen, stay safe, as they say, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you very much. That is Carey Koele and Jack Godfrey with the Koele Godfrey Investment Group. Up next, it's CBS News with Peter King, followed by WHTC News with Peg McNichol. And then we will have more Talk of the Town. Some open line coming up at the top of the hour. After the top of the hour news break, we'll also have Patty Vandenberg with What's New Around Home, and then another Zoom conversation. Tanya Snyder from Nestling's Diaper Bank will be joining us to talk a little bit about what that ministry is doing, not only for the community in general, but also during this COVID-19 situation.